learning.
We got super important shit going on here. Are you going to be a senior?
No.
Damn it.
I wonder how she. I need to email her.
Here's why I'm asking.
Well, were you talking about this year? Or
Next year.
Oh, yeah.
You are a senior?
No, I'm not a senior now.
Damn.
Wait, do that be people that are seniors now or seniors next year?
Seniors next year.
What is she? What are you?
Me, I'm a junior. That's
So
what
she will be a senior next year.
That's what I just said.
So you will be?
Yes, that's what she just said. That's why I was like.
You confused me when you said, "Oh,
$1 million is that the money?"
That's what was awarded.
Oh hell! Tell them to expand that. All that money.
They got 8 spots for students that if you do your field next year and graduate in the spring of 2025.
Oh, that's nuts.
I'm going to go through it.
Well, you should definitely give her the money. Put her in there because why would you want to pass us on any money? So,
Yeah.
But
all right.
y'all just hate y'all's people who are not upper class like that because.
What is it though? What is it for?
So it is a behavioral health workforce expansion program. Funding half goes to University of Dayton, half goes to the Central State University. 8 students. What?
So 500,000.
Yeah, and usually
that's still a lot of money.
Off the top, the university takes half, no matter what.
For what?
Oh, wouldn't you like to know?
I really would.
Yes.
But y'all take money from us every day. We can't get a little.
And I don't want to be lapped into them y'all because we're the only ones applying for you all to get money. And we take a pay cut to come here and teach in the first place because we could be social work and making way so much more. It's out of control how much more money we can make. Just.
Did you put some hands on that or something?
Yep.
Yeah.
Good.
So.
Oh, this is depressing.
First, do you want to see how much shit we had to do just to get this grant?
Yeah.
See this 20-page? You guys are bitching about your 6-7-page papers. See this 20-page right here? You see this 20-page?
I'm not doing all that.
You gotta write that in order to get it.
Well, that's the only way you get grants. All of our grants. We have like 7 right now. See how you even do APA still? Look at this. See that title page, APA? So I do too. I've never been published without doing APA, and I've never gotten a grant without submitting for APA. So the sad news was I just found that we were awarded this grant by like checking my junk inbox in the past 24 hours.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, good you checked it.
Yes. Luckily, they didn't kick me off. So I'll try to summarize for you guys, but you see that UD, they're doing their counseling program. You ever heard of UD? Anybody from around here?
No.
University of Dayton.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard of them.
Yeah.
So University of Dayton has a 2-year counseling program. I told them most of our social work students won't go to you guys. You know why? Does anyone know why we don't do a 2-year master's of counseling? Because we're accredited in our social work program here, and you qualify for the 4+1 year master's.
I didn't know.
Yes, you only have to do 1 freaking year. Now you got to keep up your GPA. You got to know how to fucking write. Yep.
Well, listen.
I'm listening. I'm all ears.
I'm pretty good at all of that, but y'all don't like to give nothing to the people who are not upper class.
Is this only like a one-time thing?
It is only for literally the next 11 months. You're asking about this $500,000 that they're throwing at Central State.
Yeah.
And we got $250,000 to spread out over like 8 students.
And why only? Oh, I guess.
All right, so look at the deal here. The program initiatives. Here's the 5 key initiatives, and this is how you guys will get the money. So we want to increase the number of traditionally underrepresented students, especially from Ohio.
I'm not being.
You don't have to be from Ohio.
They said especially from Ohio.
Where are you from?
Michigan.
They don't care. Great minds, they do. Isn't that why you did not get great minds? Great Minds, you have to be an Ohio citizen. That's $10,000. Did you hear about Great Minds? Probably because you're from Michigan.
Yeah.
So, number 2. Well, there's improvement zones, mental health shortage areas, entering the University of Dayton's accredited clinical mental health counseling program. So you don't have to go into counseling. I already told them this. I said our students will only do social work, and here's why. We qualify for an advanced standing social work degree, and it's only 1 year. 2, provide educational support packages. You hear that? Y'all get a package.
Listen, you saying y'all, I know, and I'm not getting nada.
How many hours do you have done at this point right now in your life?
40 something. I know, it's terrible.
So even if you took 11 over the summer and it was 49, you would only have 60 done?
Yeah, so I've only been doing.
Okay. You still can do UPP program. That's $5,000. You know that, right?
No, I do not.
Yes. That's open to all of y'all.
Something, because I just be, like, I'm literally filling out scholarships right now just because you can never have it.
All right. So you see that? Provide educational support packages to traditionally underrepresented students currently in Central State University's accredited undergraduate social work program. Number 3 is we want to increase the number of graduate students committed to working internship and 2 years at a community behavioral health center, prepared to work with interdisciplinary health teams. 4 is we want to increase the number of license eligible individuals who work in Ohio improvement zones. What part of Michigan are you from?
Detroit.
So you could work in freaking Toledo. How far is that?
It's almost 2 hours.
Damn.
Yeah.
Is that just because of traffic? Because I always thought it was like right over the border. Are you on like 8 Mile?
Yeah, I'm from West Detroit. So I'm like right there, but at the same time, it's a good mile. So my friend, she's from Toledo.
Where's Eminem from?
8 Mile.
Is that like West Detroit?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So we should just, are we still gonna teach class? What school is that?
Well, I'm teaching it right now because you all are the only ones who get the insight on how to write a paper for $1 million project.
Period, okay.
I like to make it real stuff, like for real. Like this is the stuff that you will use growing up. This is a big one because I think they wanted to develop a professional resource library to reduce the administrative burden on mental health service providers while increasing the overall proficiency of practitioners across the state. And finally, increasing the public awareness of mental health service options and mental health career paths. What the hell did I just do? Okay. You see how much they asked for, though? Look at that.
I'm
So how
listening.
do they choose?
I'm listening. What?
Like, so everybody do that. Like, they're gonna pick.
Whoever writes the best paper. Isn't that weird? Like, because we want to bitch about writing in like college. I did too. I was one of the ones.
Like the rubric for.
Like, who gives you $1 million?
Yeah, like I want to. How is that going to? Because let's say like 10 people write really good papers. How are they going to different?
I know there was more than one because I got on the same grant at the University of Cincinnati. And I didn't hear back from UC saying, hey, we got the $1 million. So I know UD had a better paper. The rubric does usually say, like, what will you do with this money? What does the budget look like? What is the budget allocation? What in quarter 1 will you do? What will you do next in quarter 2? How will you disperse these funds to the students? How will you increase behavioral mental health workforce? Like, there's so many questions you have to answer. If you can answer all that shit, you're going to get the money.
Period.
But you see how much we asked for. They did cut it in half. I'm not going to complain.
Yeah.
It's still like $900,000. It's not 1.92 million, but it's
Even $3 is good. So, like,
actually I think they asked for 2.2. So then it goes into the population of Ohio. I don't know if you guys already know this. There's a need for folks to serve mental health services in the area. So I'll show you the exact package that they are sending to us. Oh, here you go. A mental health toolbox for first responders. How do you open like those hot links? Anybody? Okay, they really do have that. I didn't think it would open up Jack, but it did.
It's just the fact that nobody's here. Like, this would be a me and you conversation had she not showed up.
Aren't you glad she showed up?
Yes, of course.
You know, it's also live stream, so it's there.
You know, I never joined the live stream.
I wanted to, but I'm
And if
already
you-
in the building already. So
Yeah.
If you missed a class, you can still sign in and watch it. You sign your name under it and still count your attendance.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
This whole time, no, I'm not saying that. I'm glad I didn't know, because I would not.
Oh, no.
I wouldn't be in class, because you're my, like, I have all morning classes, you're my only afternoon class. So I was just like, I've been wanting to
Okay.
stay in bed once I'm done. Once I'm done from being over here, I want to go back. I don't have to come back over here. But then I would never be in class if I do that.
Okay. So you can see everything they made us list. So the rubric, you need to have a principal investigator. We needed to hire a program coordinator. Brittany Collins. That's who we hired.
Wait, that's who.
Change the way I view therapy.
Brittany.
There is a book called
UC.
In Search
This
of
is who we
Self.
hired to be the program coordinator.
Quick, unrelated question. Are we
Yes.
staying here the whole class?
I doubt it.
Okay.
Can you skip this? I guess it's signing me in. So she is a local Xenia native and then went to the University of Cincinnati for our doctoral program. She went to the same program as I did, growing up in life. Do people show their pictures anymore on these LinkedIn things?
I think you were supposed to. I got mine for father.
So she is a program coordinator. She is presenting at the Black Women Cultivating Change in July for the second annual Southwest Ohio Black Mental Health Summit. It's on July 19th and 20th. She is an athletic program therapist for the University of Louisville Athletics right now, full time. So that's who was hired for program coordinator. And it then gives what the program coordinator will do. Graduate research assistant. This is almost getting to what you guys will do. Do you know what you want to do for internship yet?
No, I was probably gonna talk to Dr. Hunt about it, because when I had her for intro to social, no,
She said you can intern with her.
yeah,
Good thought and idea. If you do want this money, they might want you to go to a special place. But they want to give you money for like transport, laptop.
love that.
Yes.
What would y'all like?
Do you have a car?
It's the mechanic has it, but I have one.
Who is your
Supervisor.
who is it?
Joey.
Who's your advisor?
Joey. I don't know, but I had a different advisor, but she quit. And so they just gave me one. So I was working with Lakeisha Smith at first.
And you're for real going to be a senior next year?
Yeah.
You should have one of us by now.
Well, I had an advisor, and then then she told me like, yeah, I'm leaving, so you're gonna have to so they just gave me, I guess someone
Okay, how do you spell your last name?
TARKER.
Is there going to be a lot of them?
Huh?
Is there a lot of?
Parkers?
Yes.
I don't know.
Courtney,
Oh,
Cynthia, Danielle, Dennis,
Angel?
Steven. I can't see today. You should seriously have one of us as your advisor. Hello. How are you?
Well, I did have to do because I had to take a year off, which is why I'm not graduating senior
Okay.
this year. But I did have to get I had to get my the transcript drawn because they had me enrolled for a whole semester. So I have to retake those over the summer.
And then you'll be caught up?
Yeah, but that's what they told me.
Well, because I see.
Because they had to remove like a whole semester worth of classes because they were all in as not incompletes, but you know how basically long story short, they put it in as I failed those classes. So I
Okay.
brought my GPA down, and I had to get all those credits removed, and I have to retake them. But she told me that once I do all that, then I'll be.
Are you okay in all of your classes this semester?
Yeah. I'm not failing any of them.
Because I'm guessing you can't get another. How about Spring 24 Child and Family Services? But she already.
I'm taking that now.
Are you doing okay?
Yeah.
She has your midterm in as your final grade right now.
We talked about that already.
You said.
And she said that it was because of my attendance, but that's
Okay.
when I had emailed y'all. So yeah, we already talked about that, and she told me that's not.
Okay. Because then you've also got critical thinking, intro to psych, intro to social welfare.
I got psych, not psych, intro to psych, critical thinking, human behavioral, child and family.
And I've opened all assignments in this class. You can turn in everything.
Yeah, I turned.
Okay.
Did you even look at it?
I have not had time.
Yeah, I have everything in but the.
Okay. Okay. Are you doing good? Are you registered?
Yeah.
And then will you be done with 60 hours?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you're aiming for graduation of 2026. Oh, you will be. So you're a senior next year. Oh, okay. Then this also is directed at you. Do you already have your placement set? What's your last name? I have to do ID selection again too. Let's see here. All right, let's go. CRM selection. Is that no? Student information, ID selection. Do you have your ID number off the top of your head?
00438 510.
510?
Yes.
Okay. We were awarded this morning a huge grant that is paying for internships for only those that are seniors next year and graduate spring of 2025. There's 8, so it will be competitive. There's only 8.
When did the health center close?
You said who else is in there?
No, when does the health center close?
Man, they're like 24 hours a day.
No, they close at like 4 to 6. I don't know which hour though.
Are you taking 18 now?
So, no. Oh, I was, yeah.
Because I see,
I'm taking 15 now.
are you?
Yeah.
And then I only ask because, did you have some transfer credits you're waiting on? Like I see 61. Is that all that's showing up right now? Is that you have 61 earned?
Yeah, I have to, from a foreign language, I have to go see if that will transfer over or not.
Okay. And you can take up to 11 in the summer. Do you know that? 11 hours. So it would be like 3 or 4 classes.
Yeah, I'm scheduled. I think I'm scheduled for the classes.
Okay. So I'll finish describing some of it to you guys, but essentially, we were given funding for 8 students to apply.
What's the day? Okay.
What's the date today?
Yeah, I got it.
4/11/2024.
Yeah, back here.
So we're going to recruit individuals from across the state in Ohio, improvement zones, training programs, mental health, peer supporters, social workers, counselors. So you guys are the 8. 10 students to enter UD's mental health counseling. So they got 10 from UD. We got 8 from Central. They gave us half the money. We asked for $2 million. They gave us about $1 million. Support 10 students to complete the Central State Work undergraduate degree program with a support package. So those are the key words. That means money. If you didn't know so already, support package means money, including tuition assistance and cost of living stipend. And then develop a free professional resource library for mental health practitioners across the state. We will provide grants to subject matter experts. And so technology, student-directed resources and programming. Oh, look at that. Is this for real? I wonder if this is UD. That's a lot. So yes, whatever you guys have to do to be listed as a senior and 90 hours in the fall and graduate spring of 2025, just make sure.
I thought it was, oh, no.
Spring of 25?
Yeah, no. That was the question.
Okay.
Question.
Yes,
Do we have to be on the private side for this one?
you do not.
No? Okay.
That's why this is a big deal. And they let you double dip for Great Minds. So there could be people that are getting to the Great Minds program and they can double dip in here. That's crazy to me because that means like,
Do we have to email you if we are interested? Or?
yeah, there will be like an application. Let me make sure she hasn't. It's moving quickly. Approximately 10 students will be selected for tuition, max $10,000 stipend for cost of living expenses. Holy shit, it's a lot of money. So it will be competitive. What I was seeing on yours, you have 5 for the summer. You still could take 2 more 3 credit hour courses if you felt the need.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be, I need to sign up for one more class.
Okay, because you could take.
I didn't know that we could sign up for 11 hours. I thought it was just 8.
11 is the max.
Okay.
8 is pretty normal. Luckily, you have 1 2-hour class, so that makes it easy because then you could do practice 1 and practice 2. You could do cultural, and so like the fall stuff I see for you, you could actually take those in the summer instead. And then that way, if you have 61 plus the 15 is 76. If you brought in a foreign language, that puts you at 80. If you took 11, you'd be at 90. That's a senior.
Okay.
Who's your advisor? Is it me or Nikita? Okay. Does she know you're doing internship next year?
No.
She doesn't know you're that close, probably.
I think she knows that I'm very close. I still have to sign up for internships and everything.
Right,
like that.
right.
So,
And yeah, have that 90 going in and That way you only have to take 15 in the fall, 15 in the spring.
Yeah, that's what I'm planning.
And then if you did so happen to have only, say, 84, you could do 18 in the fall, 18 in the spring. That's like worst case scenario. They even let you take overload, but anyway. So,
So should I wait to apply for this then, since I don't know if I have 90 by the.
as long as you're going to graduate in the spring, you're going to be fine.
Okay.
What, like they want 8 people that'll get oriented like literally in the next 2 weeks.
Okay.
Everything moves fast. I found this in my junk inbox folder like within the last 24 hours. The fact that we're getting $500,000, like, are you kidding me? So, long story short, that is, well, yeah, here's the timeline right here. See how fast they moved? Right now we're already on phase 3, so halfway through. And it'll be like, it'll be over by March of 25. We have to report it out by August 25, but whew, I'm glad I checked my junk inbox. It's just like, really? Is that what goes on? So then also on top of that, I want to show you guys what exactly the amount of money would be for the students. And this is the same thing. It's probably in my Dropbox, which isn't the easiest to navigate, but we'll go ahead and find it. So any questions for you guys? I know you're all doing your final papers and doing your...
Yeah, if you look at them grades, this stuff that.
As long as you follow the instructions, you're going to be fine.
Okay.
If you're worried that you
okay,
didn't.
So this is like, I've been meaning to say this, but it just slips my mind every time I'm in class. But so my mom was adopted when I did my genogram.
Mm-hmm.
My mom was adopted, and I'm not really close to my dad's side, so it was very hard to do it. But I did it as, can I show you? Because I have it in person.
That's fine.
Don't laugh at it. 'Cause
I'm not going to laugh at anything.
my boxes are. I submitted it on the website, like me on the YouTube, but
Yeah.
this is the actual thing. So this is my dad's side,
Mhm.
and then this is my mom's side, but
Yeah.
I didn't know what to put for her.
Okay.
So is it still kind of 3 generations? 'Cause it's
Right. And
not-
it looks like you have one of your siblings might have kids.
Yeah, right here.
That makes it 3.
That makes 3. Okay.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay, because I was looking at it, and I called my mom, and I called my sister, like, so I'm doing this family tree
Right.
thing.
Well, and the idea is when you counsel somebody, you're going to have to create that with them too. So the point of learning how to do it ourselves, when you start working in social work and you counsel people, you want to know their full history and background. Like,
And then it was like certain, like I did, because I know my mom, it's certain stuff that my mom did pass down. That I did like eyesight.
mm-hmm.
Does that count? Because it's not a lot of stuff I know.
That's fine.
Okay.
Eyesight can be fine. I mean, anything that can be passed on with,
Okay. I was a little, because I was like, I don't know.
yeah, it's nerve wracking. We're going to get you guys through all of this because life is stressful. This is the form we have to fill out if we are interested. But here's what it's going to look like. There is, all right, so there's the things you guys will qualify. So students that participate will receive tuition. Student participants will receive tuition for their first year of study. Damn, That's why it was so much. It's because of their tuition. It's Dayton's tuition that's so expensive. Paid directly to the university. Cost of living stipend. Each student will receive, that could change, so I shouldn't quote it, but like cost of living, funds used for housing, utilities, food, clothing, other expenses related to the cost of living. Non-clinical internship at a community behavioral health center. So this is the one important one. You don't have to be from Ohio, but you'll do your internship either fall or spring, as you got to graduate by 25, at one of the CBHC, as a community behavioral health center assigned by the university. Assistantships will consist of training and job duties to teach students and the systems and organizations used to provide mental health services in Ohio. So you're going to do it in Ohio. You don't have to be from Ohio. Student participants will receive an assistantship of $10,000 to be paid across the first year of the program. Laptop computer. Each student will get a laptop. I could see a lot of people applying for this.
Yeah.
But only seniors qualify. Like that's.
Yeah, I think that's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. I will affirm that. I'll blame the UD folks because of that. How about that? Each student. Oh, it's annoying. Each student participant will receive a laptop to be used for completion of coursework, non-clinical internship duties. Laptops will be chosen and purchased by university. They're going to give you a janky one, you think? One of these. They'll be like, oh, here, you get Dr. Trout's extra computer now. He only gets one. Travel budget. Each student will receive a travel budget for mileage to and from school, CBHC, as well as funding to attend the Ohio Counseling Conference. Woo. Dude. I want to go. Now I want to go. I need some money. The total travel. So we were just wondering how $250,000 gets spent by 8 students. Hello. Here is how it gets spent. 18 plus 12 is 30,000. I see 10 there, 40,000. Very easily they're going to spend all of that money. Holy. Each student will receive a travel budget for mileage to and from Ohio Counseling Conference. The total travel budget is $925. I want to go. It's called the OACC or AOCC. Student participants are expected to submit an application to present at the All Ohio Conference. So we may have one for ours that's going to be the National Association of Social Workers. It may be similar to that. Interprofessional education and practice training. So finally, interprofessional education and practice training occurs when 2 or more professionals, students, residents, and health workers learn with, about, and from each other to enable effective collaboration and improve health outcomes. Students will receive IPEP training and will apply IPEP principles to their non-clinical internship. Then finally, you get mentorship. That's kind of cool. Is that something I've only heard of since I've come to Central State University? I've not heard of mentorship. I mean, I had an advisor, but the term mentorship seems specific to like right here. So that is the gist of it. Do you know any other seniors that are graduating in spring of 25? Are there 8? I hope so.
I can't think of any off the top of my head. But.
So that's the gist of it. For you guys.
So do we write anything for it? Is it just application or?
There probably will be an application. Let me check this out. We'll see if she gets mad if I do this. So this is what it looked like. And I'm going to go.
Is it okay if I leave a little early today?
Yes.
Okay, sorry, I have something I have to do.
You okay though?
Close at 4, I'm gonna leave at 3:30.
Huh?
If the health center closes at 4, I'm gonna leave at 3:30.
Does it close at 4?
I don't know, but I feel like they might, and I don't wanna be like, here, let me actually look it up. Hold on.
All right, so it looks like we're going to have to adjust this to.
Alrighty. You guys have a great day.
All right, see you later.
See you.
Damn it. Sometimes pre-fill makes it harder.
Oh, they close at 5. Okay, amen.
Okay.
And I think I might just go to the I need a bag of chips.
Really?
Yeah,
We didn't have any over there?
very hungry. Okay, where? I know you're not talking about the office space with the Totito chips in it.
Yeah.
I ate those last time.
You have to be checkbox this. African American, Asian American, Native Hawaiian, Pacific Islander, Hispanic, Latino, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, plus people with disabilities, individuals from rural health communities, including Appalachian counties. Ooh. It makes me upload
That's kind of what I meant, like,
the resume.
yeah.
That's scary.
What happened?
See?
Okay.
We got you all prepared. That's why. Dang, I want to see. I thought I had more up to date. I'll just do that one. She's going to know it's me doing a garment of publicity. Okay, I agree. And then I agree. And then this is the stuff that you probably like should read thoroughly because I agree. But you just agree, done. That was.
So that's it?
That's what it looks like, yeah. She may want to have one on our end, as obviously it shows U of D. But I told her I might want to disperse funds through U of D because CSU played games with the Great Minds money and then gave them the money, but took away their student loans. And people who wanted student loans didn't even get to keep it. They said, no, we're just making it so you don't have a loan. But if you do so choose to take both, that should be okay. You know what I mean? Like, that's just, so I said, if they're still playing games like that, can we disperse the money through you guys? And she's like, maybe. So, and I need 8 of y'all in the next 2 weeks. What's that?
I think there will be 8.
Apparently there's already 6 placed in the field. And I told Nikita, it's possible some of those already placed, their placements could count. So, because I don't know too many placements that people do around here that don't qualify as a community behavioral health. I don't even know what that one was. Okay. Ooh, I don't know if I want to do that. So any other questions, even about like the finals, the your final is your all's papers.
Okay, give a little brief, like the paper. Like I think I'm just confused with it. I know it's supposed to be about yourself, but I don't know it. Like, how am I supposed to re-explain it in simple terms? Because
Sure.
I know what it's supposed to be about, but I'm not necessarily sure how you want it to be said.
So here's what I did write up for the instructions for you guys. It's called Ethnographic Study of One's Family of Origin. Each student will write a case report about his or her family of origin. Students are to cite relevant literature related to their family's culture, ethnicities, culture or ethnicity. Write a paper reviewing your experiences, family experiences. You use your eco map and your culture gram as an assessment tool. So like the genetics, your family tree, and then also what do you do throughout the day and like what is your energy spent on doing?
One question, okay. What do you mean by science sources? Like, if it's about you, what sources am I supposed to cite?
You are going to use the book. So there's like theory of human development, theory of like how we grow as an individual. What I often, this is the best place to cite. Go into
Wait, write that
here.
down in a note. Hold
Sure.
on. Okay, you said the book and use things like what? You said theory.
This is one of the best theories, actually.
Theory of human development. What was that one?
The ecological theory is one of the best cited theories.
Can you
And
supposed to apply that to your like family life?
yeah, and the reason why ecological theory is so easy to apply to your family life, literally what it asks is how'd you grow up? What neighborhood did you grow up in? What type of upbringing did you have? Like rich, poor, or middle class? What type of high school did you go to? What type of grade school did you go to? What type of family genetics and dynamics do you have? What major world events happened in your lifetime while you were growing up? Because all of this stuff affects us. And that's the whole point of human behavior in the social environment, is that we learn and adapt based off of what our actual environment is. And so ecological theory, that's why I have this article about eco theory, is holistic counseling model that's employed for many populations. Ecological theory is informed by a range of resources and other theories recognizing their contributions and assets. This can include horticulture therapy when combined with holistic interventions. Here's the this is the dude who founded ecological theory. So like if you searched in Google Scholar, that's the guy you would cite. And when you do citations, do it this way. It is so easy when you write papers. Go into scholar.google.com. Maybe you want to write about ecological theory. And if you want modern papers, you say since 2020. It's about ecological systems. And then if you want even newer ones, you could do since 2023. If you wanted social work specifically. So it's teaching you how to look up articles that have literature and show exploring the learning environment through ecological theory. That would be a good one too. And if you cite them, here's how you cite them. Have I shown you this already? You hit cite right here. You can use that at the end. At the beginning, you would only say like Kirparchi and Arabakia 2023. Like if you took a direct quote out of there, you'd be like, this was written by these two. At the end, you use the full citation. And I'm happy to look at anything and work on it in class with you all, because writing is a big piece of it. Am I answering any of your questions so far? Are you stressed out as of yet?
No, I think that helps.
All right, so here's your paper should address significant issues and life events. They affect these events and issues had on you and other family members. Issues that should be addressed include sexuality, drugs, peer pressure, body image, family dynamics. How about issues of diversity? Show how theories can be used to explain your behavior. Integrate a theory of your choice. So you can use any of these theories. I love ecological theory because it's the most wide range target, because all of us can apply eco theory to our life. But you could use psychodynamic, psychosocial, social learning theory, cognitive behavior theory, biological theory. For example, you might want to discuss how social learning theory explains your involvement with certain friends. Paper's only 6 pages, and then have references, and it's APA. Because in grad school, that's all they make you do. Like, that's all they care about. It's annoying, but that's just how it is. Any other questions? Because I know we're at.
No, I think that helps.
Okay. I wonder if this will search. the places I need to search for this. Oh, here it is. Because we are like literally at the halfway point. If it's 10 chapters, we're like done with childhood, middle childhood, but this is then where we pick up in human behavior part 2 is like from middle childhood to adulthood and death. 7 and 8-year-olds are more interested in sit-down games because they have an increased attention span. Boys are ahead in gross motor, but girls are ahead in fine motor skills at this age. Is it 7th grade where girls are still taller than boys? You know what I'm talking about? Huh? But there's an age where like girls go like, the boys flip-flop. I think it's either 6th, 7th, or 8th grade. Maybe it's earlier. You could add into your paper if there's anything about the neighborhood you grew up in, if there's any, if you went to a rich school or you went to a poor school, any of that. Like I went to a little bit of both, actually. I went to a rich school and a poor school. Oh, there's that theory right there anyway. They're talking about like how a lot of these affect us as we grow up and how life affects us. But I'm going to open with that. There's also one on chapter 5. I said it was parenting. Do you guys remember what type of parents your parents were, and then what type of parents do you want to be?
That one was mine.
The good one?
Yeah. That currently is them still, like they've always been that way.
It's high in warmth and high in control. Whereas authoritarian, you're low in warmth. You're kind of like an asshole to your kids. Like, sit down!
Yeah, no.
I said sit down! And you're like...
I'd have moved out before I came to college. Yeah, I feel like that's not...
Or you could have the pothead parent down here. The uninvolved parent is like emotionally detached, self-absorbed, inconsistent, no boundaries, little interaction. Like they don't even ask where you're going. It's like you come home at 3 a.m. They're like, they don't even care where you've been. They're like, oh, hey, you want to eat a bowl of cereal with me? And some people, there are people that are resilient with that. Like they just learn how to be an adult on their own. There's some people that will really struggle with that and they'll want to go maybe drink and smoke with their parents. You know what I mean? And I'm sure you guys have seen, I saw both ends of that spectrum where they're like, hell yeah, my parents want to party. Huh?
Said I ain't weak. Okay, I'm looking at my transcript. I'm listening now, but yeah.
That's fine. That's the most important document you guys have. You also have permissive. They're kind of like a friend. So they're still there. They're nurturing, affectionate, but fewer inconsistent boundaries, takes the role of a friend rather than a parent, where they'll just like do whatever. That may be more of the like, yeah, friend, parent, party parent. This might be uninvolved, could be like alcoholism, where they just are like so wrapped up in their own mental health problems. It's hard to like take care of your kids. And sometimes your kids get taken from you because of that for like safety reasons. So those are the 4 styles. Some people argue there's like a 5th style. I could look that up if you all wanted me to.
Can your parents be a mix?
Yes, you could have one of each. Like mine, like mom, dad. I guess one could also have a little bit of both. So yeah. They did have the list here again. I don't know why they just got rid of the last one, which was the not neglectful, but it was called uninvolved. They don't even put that one on the list. I don't know if that's because it's that bad. If you got that, that means Child Protective Services is being called, or is it too big and it's not showing up on this PowerPoint? I don't think that's the case. It looks like it's just, yeah. Also, there's parenting in low socioeconomic status families. So these parents tend to be more authoritarian in their child raising practices. The question for you guys, does this make lower income parents less desirable or effective? A lot of times they're working 9 to 5, so they ain't got time to put up with shit. They're just like, you're going to do your stuff. Like, I got to go to work. You're going to get it done. You don't get your stuff done. You got no money for the car, insurance, gas, or anything. If you get your stuff done, you'll get money for car, gas, whatever. And it's just probably they don't have time. So, well, it says here, they may be facing more stress. Many mothers are young and may not have received adequate prenatal care. Thus, the babies are more difficult to care for. Or the parents may feel that authoritarian parenting is necessary to protect their children from a tough environment. So that could come up too. Like if the low socioeconomic status families are in a bad neighborhood, they're tough because they don't want you out past the lights turning on outside because it's dangerous, or things like that. There also are non-traditional. So nowadays, children raised by same-sex parents show no psychological or adjustment differences from children raised in traditional families. I would argue they could do more research on that. I'm not saying it's good or bad, but it would be unique. You know what I mean? And this was written a lot of years ago. What do you guys think if you're raised by a same-sex couple?
I don't know.
You think you'd be totally the same as everybody else that was raised by a mom and a dad?
Honestly, it might. Not
Okay.
gonna lie. Because,
Okay.
I mean, it really depends on, because like the two males, if you got two like masculine males who just, I guess a mother's love is different. So like, I guess, if you're like one of the fathers is more feminine than that,
And you came from a mom, so let's put that in there to begin
Yeah.
with. You're missing either mom or dad, in a sense, biologically. I know it's 2024, and they say it's possible for me to get pregnant, but I don't know where. I don't know where that I get pregnant. I could be wrong, and I understand. Like people identify as a female, and then
I guess it kind of would be a slight difference. I mean, but who would really be able to tell though? Because
right, maybe their partner when they get married at the end.
maybe, I don't know, but I do feel like
Maybe not though. Maybe they're spot on and they still have no research.
I guess honestly it really depends. Maybe they should do a study on that because I feel like it would be different only because, mother, not because, that's ideally how it goes, but, just like, some daughters or sons get some traits from their father and they learn something from their father. Same way for a mother. So I guess if you got two males or two females, you're not gonna have that dad or mom.
Right.
It's just like anybody but who doesn't have their parent in their life. They're obviously missing,
Yeah. Well, they do say here critical differences. You got less support from extended family members, maybe because of their bias. They do experience greater stress.
Yeah.
So I think that's a psychological adjustment, but
I think so.
I don't know. It's interesting how they word this. What impacts the child the most is the quality of the parent-child relationship. I get that. I understand. Like single parents do amazing with good relationships, or the relationship between the two parents if they're fighting all the time. Male or female, male and male. But it's just like, it's interesting that they say there's no difference, but then they do say there are critical differences.
Right.
So I don't know. Maybe it's the way that they're wording it. Core parenting practices. So playing with your children, encouraging them to play, being consistent in the approaches you use with your children. Like I need to read these every year because I've got a 1, 2, and 3-year-old. Using established routines for your children around meals, play, and sleep times, that's hard. Setting clear limits for your children, being physically active and eating healthy with your children. I kind of do that, but they love freaking sugar. Being attentive to your children and responding to their needs. We do our best for that. It is hard with inflationary environment right now. It sucks. Spending time talking and listening to your children. Also reading to your children and counting with your children. So just like that's you can teach them at a young age. They learn so much shit in the first 2 years. It's insane how much they learn.
I know. Oh, my baby been just babbling.
Yeah, seriously. Like it's crazy all the stuff that they get into. You know what I mean?
Yes. My mom was like, good luck when you come home because she's gonna try to talk to you all night. She said y'all gonna have a contest on who talks the most. I said, oh my goodness.
Yep.
I love her.
So then you got social dimension, play, good learning environment, sex type behaviors or toys, father versus mother play as different versus peer play. This dude wrote this almost 100 years ago, but there's play behaviors. You got unoccupied play, solitary play. They got to be older sometimes to do that. Onlooker play, where they watch other kids playing. Parallel play, where they'll like play with the same stuff in the sandbox as them. Associative play, typically at 5 years, and then cooperative play. Now, that's impressive if they do it younger than 5 years because they're showing some quick development. Here's another one, getting back to trauma, but quickly: maltreatment of children, physical abuse, sexual abuse, physical neglect, and educational neglect. In 2000, 1 million children were victims of maltreatment. So that's 12 out of 1,000. 52% of those were boys, 48 were girls. Well, they were victims of child maltreatment. The youngest children, less than 3 years old, have the highest rate of abuse. More likely because they can't report it out or like telling their parents, or they don't go to school, so they can't tell a teacher. 2/3 of the perpetrators were the parents, and it might be they have their own things going on, which is sad. Sexual abuse is 10%. Physiological maltreatment is 7%. Neglect is 62%. So that's the largest. It could be neglect. Like it might be the parents suffering alcoholism. It could be the parents suffer addiction or something. Of physical abuse is still 1 out of 5. So that's a lot.
Yeah.
Here's risk factors with it: parent, caregiver, personality and psychological well-being could be affected. History of child abuse and neglect, substance abuse at an early age. The family factors could be the family structure, marital conflict and domestic violence, stress, parental child interaction. And the last one is risk factors. Oh, that is the exact same slide, isn't it? Well, no, environmental factors. So poverty, unemployment, social isolation, lack of social support, and violent communities. Which comes back full circle. Why are they trying to get more people into community behavioral health centers that are graduates of Central State? Our overall research is showing that even though the state of Ohio, and maybe Michigan too, is it 13% African American in Michigan, or is it higher than Ohio is?
Honestly, I don't know.
But guess how much percentage the mental health providers are? Percentage of your counselor looks like you. How often do you think your counselor looks like you?
I don't know. I ain't really been.
Right.
But
So research says only 5% of licensed independent social workers are people of color. So if 13% of the population is people of color or BIPOC community, that means 5% are counseling the 13%. So there's a gap. Like it's missing the 8%. If you wanted, somebody that looked like you, grew up with an experience like you, and kind of understandably had the same experience as you. And that's kind of where that's coming from. And because counseling is voluntary and you can pick your counselor, that's why counseling is often most effective when you have like the selected person that you want to be your counselor. That's what I'm getting at. My brain is fried.